Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. I got my good friend, Chicken Nugget King 313 here with me, and soon going to be joined by Will Vogel as well. He's popping in.
Thank you for having me, man. One Pride, what's going on, man? It's yours truly, CNK313. If you really want to follow me, you know what to do, man. Find me on Instagram at Chicken Nugget King 313 and on X at CNK313 Sports. You know, right here, turning it up loud for you guys and representing our city pretty well and representing One Pride to the fullest. So, yeah, let the games begin, and we're going to talk some Lions.
Yep. I'm going to glaze over it. Stafford, it was a snub to Drake May. I don't care what anybody says, because when you lose your division down a stretch at the end and the other guy maintains it, the other guy should have won it. Thuney, congratulations, Bears. He helped turn your season around. Good. Yeah, give me a minute, Will. Oh. That link shouldn't have changed. But anyways, Thuney won it. Congratulations to him. I think Bowles should have won it over him.
Yeah, little bit of an echo. You experiencing an echo right now, or?
I'm not.
Oh, I was hoping you didn't experience an echo, because.
No, not this time. And I think the difference is you're actually sharing it to your channel. I think that makes a difference.
Oh yeah.
Unlike the.
But yeah, I'll piggyback off you with that one. Matthew Stafford, he got like what 366 voters with like 24.
No, it was 24 to 23 on the voters.
Oh yeah. That means he went way over Drake May, and Drake May did had a solid year.
It was only one vote difference. It was only one vote difference.
Oh yeah, one vote. One.
You know what it was? It was the one dumbass that voted for Justin Herbert.
But you're right, though. You're right. What up, Will? I think honestly, I really don't get into all the votings and the spectacles of it, but I will say this, that Matthew Stafford does deserve MVP. And he played like an MVP, but like within those 6 first games, he didn't. But like the last few games of the season, he turned it up and played a lot better.
Oh,
you know what?
Then
he went 1-3. He went 1-3 down the last 4 weeks.
Wait a minute. 1-3.
The only team he beat was the Lions. The only team he beat was the Lions. He lost to everybody else.
You know what?
I'm flipping the script on y'all. That's what I'm doing. But no, when you go 1-3. It's horrible. It's horrible. That was horrible. He didn't deserve that, really, honestly. I'm definitely.
Drake May went 4-0 the last 4 weeks to secure their division.
Yeah, and he did good. So, like, to me, it's like.
Let him finish.
So, to me, it's like, even when you flip in the script, a lot of people going to be like, oh, man, why are you saying it? No, I'm saying that just to say it. But in reality, there's no better person that deserves it than Drake May. Drake May had a hell of a year. Right. And it was a second season and didn't end.
Sophomore slump. No sophomore slump. Matter of fact, it was a sophomore meteoric rise.
Oh, that's definitely.
Unlike,
So I'm gonna
like
point something
CJ.
out real.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go. Hurry
Go
up.
ahead, Will.
I'm gonna point two things out. I agree with Jeremy. Bowles should have won it for offense alignment. Bowles or Sewell?
No,
Just
you know why?
saying.
I'm saying Sewell wouldn't have won it because we only had 9 wins. I don't
True.
think that any Lion got snubbed because we didn't do enough as a team to get our guys the accolades they deserve. If
And
we'd
There
have
number
was
been,
no
two,
such thing. There was
if
no
we'd have
such
been,
thing as a snub.
and
if
number two, I agree with Chicken on what's it called? Drake May, Stafford, and Jeremy can echo this, and I heard Jeremy say this, and I agree wholeheartedly. The game that lost Stafford the MVP was against the Panthers.
Yeah, you let the
100%.
Panthers come back and play harder.
No. The Panthers in the regular season when they
Regular
up
season,
their
yeah.
ass by double digits.
Yeah, that game they manhandled them.
2 pick sixes or one?
1 pick six, 2 picks in the game, but one of them was a pick six, and you guys won it. I think by like over 8 points. I think it was 9 to be exact.
We did, yeah.
And was it? And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it a comeback in a playoff game where they nearly almost lost to the Panthers?
Right, they had to come back to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they only won by a field goal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
31-34, I think it was, wasn't it?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Or 28-31, one or the other. As far as comeback player of the year, I had a feeling it was coming down to McCaffrey or Hutch. Hutch had great stats, and for what he did, it was great. But like I said, with 9 wins, they gave it to McCaffrey because they almost won the division. Hell, they were almost the 1 seed in the NFL.
Yep. Yeah. 100%.
Thank you for the like out there, Steve Bauer.
like.
And congrats to Corey Schweschinger for winning the Defensive Rookie of the Year, the UDFA linebacker for San Diego. They went from last to first. What were they? The first seed overall in the AFC?
Yeah.
Second. No, they were first seed overall.
First seed. That's what you call a turnaround.
No, man. Like, Will, JB, I gotta be honest, man. Like,
I think
there was no such. Yeah.
Seattle will dog walk New England. I have the feel if you just go by the talent on the roster, yes. If you go by coaching, it's going to be closer than a lot of people want to admit.
Yeah.
No, there's no way it's going to be a dog walk. That's number one. Number two, it's going to be a close game because both teams got excellent defenses. Like,
right. But that offense for New England has been floundering the entire playoffs. I've been waiting for it to fall out, and it did last week, and they got lucky and won.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, the last game we spoke on from the last show, like, it was 10-7, if I'm not mistaken. It's a slow game. And when you have a slow game, it slows down the momentum of an offense where you want to get more points and you want to have better chances of getting down the field and scoring the red zone and working on the red zone very well. And not only working on the red zone very well, but you want to set up the chances to get the ball back with so much time left in the game, and, and playing against the Broncos, you're going to have chances, but they didn't have chances. It was just a simple 10-7 game. Now you're playing against the Seattle Seahawks where they can score more than 20 a game.
100% chicken. I wanted to point something out. I love seeing the awards given out, but man, seeing those guys get into the Hall of Fame, like the little how they get into the hall, who greets them, whatever, is the coolest thing. Like, of course I'm biased, and I love seeing Luke Kuechly walk in his house and he says, "What's up, Peppers?" or Pep. But my favorite one was Larry Fitzgerald aborting his boat, and he's seeing Randy Moss saying, "Hey, bro, you know it's time for you."
Oh, I gotta believe this real quick. MDE says because the internet sensation known as the Truffle Shuffle to launch worldwide once again, threatening to break the web. Michael Edwards and I have a prop bet on the game.
I love
if
it.
the Pats win, I got to do 45 seconds of the truffle shuffle
Oh God.
to this song. To this song, Chicken Nugget, and you know it well.
Jeremy, I know that song all too well too.
very,
And
very well.
so
But
I got to do the truffle shuffle to that if the Pats win. But if the Seahawks win, he has to join us on a show.
Ooh. Hey,
oh,
so JB, am I the only one who loves seeing those videos of the guys getting inducted into the hall, like the guys greeting him? I
yeah.
love
he,
it.
he says that music causes him to see his therapist, and he says the 3750 will be worth it.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know, but like I'm liking the fact that you got where you got Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, and like
Larry Fitzgerald
Larry Fitzgerald and
and
Roger
Roger
Vinatieri.
Craig.
yeah, Roger Craig, and then you have Adam Vinatieri as Hall of Famers this year. I love that.
Yes,
I
You know
honestly do.
what's
I don't mind it.
wait, we
so
forgot. Will being a Panther fan, I got to say this. Congrats to Tedorora McMillan winning Offensive
oh
Rookie of the Year. And
dude,
Bill
it was
wants to know, how do you
huge.
feel about it?
You know what? I personally thought it was gonna be Ibuka, but you know what? Teratoa is a freak. When we drafted him, I was excited because
Well,
Xavier Legette is good, but I think Teratoa is the better receiver because he's taller and he's a bigger red zone threat.
Hmm.
um, Territora won it because Ibuka, like Baker Mayfield, fell apart through the last half of the season.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
You
they
know,
did.
he had 6 touchdowns by week 9,
yeah.
and he
Um,
ended with 6 touchdowns or 8 touchdowns, something like that for Ibuka.
mhm. I don't know if you brought it up at the beginning of the show, Jeremy, but we just lost a Hall of Famer in the football world.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
the guy of the Redskins,
Sonny
Sonny Jurgens.
Jurgensen. Yeah.
Sonny Jurgensen. He played 7 years with the Eagles, and then
Mhm.
went over to the Washington.
Yeah, no, those videos are awesome. I love the Hall. You know what's so funny, Chicken? You brought up Keekly.
Hmm.
I've met Keekly. I've talked to him before. The guy's cool. Will should or will the Panthers bring back Rico Dowdle? I would love to bring back Rico Dowdle because he is a great runner. But the
Hmm.
problem is we did not utilize him during the end of the season and he got pissed off. And you know what? I don't blame him if he wants to leave because we should have used him, but we just overused Chuba Hubbard and we underused Rico Dowdle.
We already covered that, and all three of us are in agreement on that. That Drake May,
Yeah,
with his coach and his offensive coordinator winning the of the year honors,
yeah.
Drake
I
May was the MVP because, like I said, Stafford floundered at the end of the season and cost them the division. They were 11-1 at one point. Didn't they end up 11 and whatever?
Yes. Yes.
yeah, they did.
He fluttered for sure. Um yeah, I had nothing wrong with the awards besides Stafford. And
I,
yeah.
I I think the awards went right. And how about this? For the first time since Luke Kuechly, his senior year of college, got the Butkus Award, and by the third year in the NFL, won the Butkus Award as a pro linebacker. You know who's the only other linebacker to do that?
Yep.
Jack
Jack
fucking
Campbell.
Campbell.
Jack Campbell.
And you know who his pro cop was? Luke Kuechly.
Yes,
Yep. And they play a similar. I think they play a similar game.
I
They
think
have that same similar mindset.
Jack Campbell's a little better on the sideline to sideline than Kuechly was because he is a little quicker. But other than that,
Yes.
they mirror each other.
Hmm.
Yeah. I've met Kuechly numerous times. I'm
So,
thankful. He's a stud of a beast of a linebacker.
And one
yeah,
thing, if you know, like you're gonna learn a lot from Luke because Luke knows the tricks of the trade of playing the
Oh,
linebacker position. He does so
there's
well.
there was only
And
one unanimous vote out of all the awards, and that was Myles Garrett.
yeah.
oh yeah, because he had the 23 sack record, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, that 23 sack record, along with Michael Strahan, because it was with more games since they've been tracking the stat, they both deserve an asterisk because the guy that had the 21.5 did it when there was 14 games.
I'm trying to think who that was.
I can't even remember who it was. It was that long ago.
I know.
But the fact that he did it and if it had been a stat back when our guy Bubba Smith or Bubba Baker, who was our defensive end back there in the 78 that was a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Bubba Baker or was it Bubba? No, not Bubba Smith, right?
Yeah, it was Bubba Smith.
He had 18.5 sacks if you could count it.
Yeah, it was. It was Bubba Smith. Had to be Bubba Smith. If you're going way back in '78,
Al Baker.
Al Baker, yeah, it was Al Baker.
Bubba Baker.
Al Baker was
Bubba
way
Baker.
back in '78.
You know what's so funny is I've heard people talk about Kuechly getting in the Hall and saying, "Oh, he played too short," and I said, "Yeah, he did, but I watched the game where he was forced to retire. If he could have played more longer, he probably would have been brain dead."
Yep, Bubba Baker.
Yeah.
I was right the first time.
Okay. I think Luke Kuechly retired at the right time. You know, because
Absolutely,
injuries can take a toll on you. It can.
And you know what? Anytime you get to that point where you have to decide between applesauce and a sandwich for lunch, it's time to quit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Talking to you to a turn the ball over.
Jeremy, it's Tua turn the ball over.
That's what I said.
Oh,
Hey, Tua Tagovailoa, he needs to understand that it's over. All right? It's over.
like his last name. Over.
I ain't gonna lie. I love the fact he did as well as he's done in the games he's done because I got one of these bad boys.
That is cool.
That's Tua's signature on there.
That is cool.
Yeah, see the problem is JB is when we talking about the honors, bro. I feel like these guys deserve the awards for sure, but like when it comes to the votes, I feel like it's like, man, like I don't know. Do these guys vote for their peers or the fans vote? I mean, what are we doing? Like, I want to know. Like, what are we? Are we voting as fans or the pros voting for other players?
You see the name, you know who that is. That's Smoking Dad. You know what it's time for again.
Oh yeah.
Like, because like, shout out to Smoking Jeremy B's dad, but. But like I said, I want to know, man, because I know they do like the top 100 and whatnot on who's great, you know, in the offseason and whatnot, and talking about different other players. But like, are the players voting or are the fans voting? Because we need to know that. I need to know that. You know what I'm saying? So that way I can give a better understanding of the voting, because it's like, how many of these votes are going by? Like, how do we do this? Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, that's the crazy part, but I'm not sitting here saying that nobody deserves it. Everybody deserves their titles. Everybody deserves their awards. But how are we voting? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know. And the voting's stupid on Hall of Fame, all these award ceremonies. It's all voted badly because it's not just players and coaches. It's the media. When you allow writers who are biased upon the teams they write for, they're going to vote for, like, who in their right mind would have gave Justin Herbert an MVP vote other than a LA Charger beat writer?
I know, right?
I would say a Muppeteer would vote for him. A Muppeteer from the Muppet Show would. All right, that's come on. Justin Herbert? No.
So I got a trivia question for you guys. Luke Kuechly is the second youngest Hall of Famer. Who is the first to be inducted at a young age?
I have no clue.
Kuechly is 35. Gale Sayers was 34.
And Gale Sayers played for the Bears.
Yep.
And he
he played for the Bears.
Johnson was 35 when he got inducted.
Yeah, and those are elite. And Will, those are elite players. Those are guys that are way ahead of their time. Like when you put that in that same order, like literally from different positions.
Elite.
Mm-hmm.
So Bobby Wagner got it.
Oh, Wags deserved that one.
Got the Walter Payton Man of the Year. For Walter Payton Man of the Year?
think he's won it
Yeah, that
twice,
was man of the
maybe.
year. That was Walter Payton Manning of the year, man of the year, and he deserved it. He earned it. You know, I was cheering for DJ Reader. Don't get it twisted. I was. Uh, but I thought Bobby Wagner just pulled it out. Like definitely earned that award, and he won it the right way. So I mean, what better guy, you know?
No, I'm
And
sorry. He's only won it once. I'm
I was
sorry. I
say
was
that.
thinking he
I was
won
gonna
it
say.
twice.
Um, I I was gonna say I don't remember him being called for it.
they gave it. They gave it to him last night. Bobby
Yeah,
Wagner.
no.
You know, it's about what they do in the community that earns it for them versus anything else. So
Mhm.
any one of these 32 guys that wins it deserves it. That's all I got to say. You know, all of them are doing something amazing for the community. Do I
Absolutely.
wish last year that Goff would have won it? 100%. Do I wish this
Easy.
year that Reader would have won it? 100%.
They all do great work. You're right. They all do. I'm definitely going to
So
agree with you on that. They all do
I,
great community work.
they still get the little award. They just don't get the Man of the Year award. They still get a Walter Payton award. It's just not the prestigious one, the one everybody gets to see on TV. They also don't get to be helping present stuff representing the award for the next year, like that guy that won it did. So kudos to all of those that were nominated. They were all very deserving for what they done. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's my opinion on it. I think any one of them, I don't
Yep,
care who got voted in, deserved it
I agree.
Mhm. I agree. No doubt.
because it hasn't had to do with play on the field. It it has to do with what you do in the community where you work at, and they're giving back. And that means more to me than anything else. It's just like my saying that I say at the end of the show, and I mean it. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It makes the world a better place. They're doing that by giving back to their communities.
Yep. When they could just be relaxing, when they're not playing, they put in the work on and off the field. I love it too, Jeremy.
Yeah. Ain't nothing better than charity work. You know, when you do good charity work for the
Absolutely.
people, that's all that counts. That's all that matters. They need that foundation. They need that love, no matter what, you know?
Amen, chicken.
And
Amen.
my question to you fellas, I mean, since we on the subject of Lions talk, right? And
Mhm.
we doing this panel, how are you feeling about the talks and the rumbles of Max Crosby, being a part of like this team? Like, do
It's a
you think this could
rumor.
happen?
Uh,
Like, is there
No.
like rumors of
hey,
this trade, like trade talk rumors? Because like he's
okay.
actually, yeah. Go ahead, JB.
So the way I feel about it is until I see Brad Holmes make a move of that caliber, I'm not going to think it's going to happen because we haven't seen it yet. So until I see it, I don't believe it'll happen. I believe it's all conjecture and rumors until then. I love the idea of it, but what do we have to give up? And if we're giving up that first pick overall, are we trading out of the second round too to get third, fourth, fifth, and sixth rounders and not even getting a quality starter this draft? Because we're going to have to lose the 17th pick overall to get a player of that caliber. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're probably losing the first round pick for the next 2 years after.
I agree with Jeremy.
I mean,
Until
I agree
Brad
too.
picks until Brad picks up the phone, I won't believe it because
And I'm not saying that
honestly,
he
it'd be
hasn't.
cool. Go ahead,
Wait,
JB.
so 20 teams have already called the Raiders as soon as it came out that he was even interested in a trade. Because remember, he does have a no trade clause in his contract. So he has to sign off on who he wants to go to. And he named 3 teams right off the rip. He said Detroit, the Pats, or the Rams. So all 17, if you aren't one of those 3 teams, he might say no.
Yeah, and you know
Hmm.
what? I would love Crosby for the lines, but the problem is, I agree with JB. You're gonna have to give up one of those first round picks, and then you're stuck with the third, fourth, fifth, sixth round pick. And the problem is, I would love him, but I just think it's smoke. There's no fire.
Right. And when you have smoke, you got to have fire. And the thing about Max Crosby, if you look at his numbers, they're elite numbers. And
Oh
when
yeah,
you have and when you have an elite talent with elite numbers like that, he can bolster any type of defensive line and put him all the way to top 5, top 3. That's nothing. Like this guy is that guy. And it does make sense because he's from Lake Orion. That's number one. Number two, he grew up a Lions fan. Number three, he absolutely loves that, kneecap biting era. Like he loves this whole era that we got right now. And he embodies what grit is too. So, he's definitely interested in, three other teams, like JB said. It's us or the other two. So all these other teams, it's like going for a dating show, right? It's top three females that you like and you want to go out with you, and it's a bachelorette type of thing. So the bachelor is going to choose what really matters to them. You know what I'm saying? Who they like,
Amen.
So right now, I want to see something.
No.
Max Crosby with missing only the last 2 games of the season. Wait, he had 10 sacks. You know what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Aiden Hutchinson was number 4. Aiden Hutchinson was number 4 with 14 and a half. Al-Qadim Muhammad was 11.
And had more than Max.
And had more than Max Crosby. With less sacks, because he with the exact same amount of games, 15. Because he didn't start until after week 2, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And then not only that, Al-Qadim Muhammad and Hutch had a combination of like 9 sacks this year, if I'm correct, right? Because
Hi, Megan.
What's up, Meg? But yeah, I think they had combined with 9 sacks this year because they both teared it up out there on the field. Hutch definitely was a comeback player in our eyes, player of the year for sure.
He was the comeback player of the team. That's why he was up there. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because without him, we're not winning 9 games.
Absolutely not.
We couldn't have pulled off what we did last season if Hutch was out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not comparing. Whoa. You're missing the point here. What I'm saying is we already had somebody who disappeared for 5 games in the middle of the season at the same time Hutch and our interior defensive line quit. And you can say what you want. They stopped using Talik Williams as much once Aleem came back. DJ Reader was a bump on the log. He wasn't even making run stops anymore. Aleem McNeil was not the same guy you saw in that Bucks game that you saw when he came back. For 5 weeks, our interior D-line got no push whatsoever until they started increasing the reps for Roy Lopez and Talik Williams. And then lo and behold, both of them got sacks towards the end of the season in wins.
Yeah, I like Al-Qadim.
I mean, we started to switch things up defensively, and I did see a comment where, like, how would I like to feel about Al-Qadim, about Aiden and Max playing on the other end of each other. I like it, but we're not. I don't think we're gonna give up a 17th pick just to get the guy. Like JB said, I don't think we're gonna do it. I mean, it's a pipe dream. It's a nice pipe dream for us, but
right now,
Brad Holmes not gonna pick up that phone, man.
Right now, the offer that I'm hearing out of San Francisco is they've already offered 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and a wide receiver.
Wow.
For Max Crosby. So I think that's their best option right out there right now. They're going all in on getting Max Crosby. Can you imagine if they have Max Crosby and Nick Bosa next year?
And then Fred Warner as
that's a tandem. That's a crazy tandem right there. Fred Warner, who did speak about us on Sabrow podcast a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken. He said that we have to lighten it up in practice.
Right. And here, I the forever football, Max Crosby in a Cincinnati uniform. Yeah, there's a lot of buzz everywhere about Max Crosby in that team's uniform. Let's put it this way. 20 teams have already called the Raiders. That's the interest that's in there. So you've got to outbid the best bid of 20 teams. That's what it all boils down to. And if they're offering 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and a wide receiver, we can't afford to do St. Brown because his dead cap's too high. We can't afford to get rid of J-Mo. That dead cap's too high. And we don't have the cap room for Max on the roster. So that means you're not signing Sam Laporta. You're not signing Branch. You're not re-signing Gibbs. You're not re-signing Jack Campbell.
Yeah,
You got to
that'd
There you
keep
be
go.
that nucleus.
foolish.
You got to keep that nucleus. You got to keep them. You got to keep them. This whole kneecaps grit thing don't happen without them. Obviously, they're a part of that. They're definitely a part of the culture. You don't let those guys go. And even I even told this to my mom the other night. I said, "Look, man, you let that happen. That means BB's gonna walk. You don't want BB to walk. You
No.
don't want
BB,
Laporta to go.
Laporta, and Campbell all will be walking. Well, all we'll be able to do is do the fifth-year options on Gibbs and Campbell, and we won't be able to afford to get them then because Max is already a $40 million a year DN.
Mm-hmm. And that definitely flushes our salary cap down the drain. So I mean, no, I
And
like the guy. Don't get me twisted, but
right now, because last year's contracts for Levi O and Josh Pascal didn't count. So they get moved to this year. That's why we're sitting at $8 million over the cap.
I mean, our
Uh,
best bet is to re-sign Gibbs anyway. Keep Gibbs and re-sign the rest
so
of our guys.
I was going to ask something similar to this. I was going to ask, I know you've been liking them and reading them lately. What do you think of those scouting profiles I've been putting out on X lately? Chicken Nugget?
Uh, on your mock draft,
No, no,
I
no.
haven't got a chance to check that out. But
No, no, the articles that you've been reposting of mine, the draft profiles I've been putting out.
oh yeah,
You've
yeah,
been,
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. See, I be getting caught off guard with all this stuff. Okay, I'm on the show. All right, I get caught off with
Yep,
all this. Don't y'all catching me off
yep,
guard.
yep. I
But
was saying the draft profiles you've looked at on X that I've posted that you've reposted. Uh, have you been actually reading them, or are you just helping me spread the word?
I could say both if that's good
Okay.
enough. Both,
Yep.
reading them
Yeah.
and sharing the word, spreading the word because it's only right that you do, man. Like if you don't spread the word and read it, then something's wrong with you. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of good deep talent defensively and offensive line. Like bro, like it's all through the
So
trenches, bro. Like I don't see it. I don't see it being wide receiver enough or being, hungry of a quarterback enough. But I think defense and offensive line is really where it's at this draft. Like that's my opinion. I don't know about anybody else's, but yeah.
So somebody asked if I thought that Miles Garrett was if that was a snub to Nick Benito. Nick Benito finished the year with less sacks than Aiden Hutchinson. He did not keep up the pace he had at the beginning of the year. The LA Chargers Tuli Tupeloto finished with less sacks than Nick Bonito. Micah Parsons, as you know, after he got hurt in that Thanksgiving Day game, he ended up with 12 and a half sacks. Josh Sweat of Arizona had 12. Will Anderson had 12. Byron Young had 12. Al-Qadim Muhammad had 11. Jeffrey Simmons, a defensive tackle, 11. Cameron Jordan had 10 and a half. James Pierce Jr., who I thought should have got the defensive rookie of the year, had 10 and a half because he played all 17 games. Then it's Max Crosby, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young of New Orleans. So the only team with two guys on the same team, there was Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson, Aiden Hutchinson and Al-Qadim Muhammad. And then it's New Orleans with Cameron Jordan and Chase Young in the top 20 for sacks as a tandem. Nobody else has two guys up there. Think about that for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I would love to do that for Kayvon Thibodeau because I think you could get him for a lot less because they do have Burns and Abdul Carter. Now that's a realistic trade. You're probably trading at least the third pick for next season LA to get them. At least that, if not the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Thibodeau definitely was interested in playing here, if I'm not mistaken. He was definitely interested in being a part of the Lions, and we
Hey,
didn't go get him.
did you not watch his interview during this whole week at the Pro Bowl? He was at the Pro Bowl to watch Gibbs and the team, and he actually said, "I love being a part of the Lions. I love being here with Gibbs. He's a hell of a player." He was talking about
What?
Sonic and He was talking about Sonic and Knuckles doing it again this year. So I don't see where everybody thinks he says he wants to leave. He just publicly said it on TV the other day.
No, Demo's not leaving. I've seen clips of it too, where he talks about, us being, great at the run game. They could be very, 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 very prolific with the, Petzing, and I think Petzing's definitely gonna, cook up something. Mike Kafka's gonna cook up something. Gibbs and Montgomery's definitely gonna be on a roll this year. Let's not act like this running back duo is not gonna go crazy. They're definitely gonna go crazy and bring it back the way they got to bring it back. And I don't think he's leaving. He's still under contract. So there's no way Knuckles walk out the door. You got to keep him around.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know about you, JB, but I think Kafka and Petzing are definitely going to, take it up a notch, man. Petzing, I see it because they like to run. They like to work on the run.
Number one, the hiring of Drew Petzing was a preventative and diabolical move by this front office.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why.
That's true.
His first job in the NCAA Division I was at Boston College, where he became good friends with Ben Johnson, was a groomsman at his wedding, and everybody knew that Declan Doyle was more than likely either getting a head coaching job or leaving the Bears this year. And he did leave the Bears. So by us hiring him before their offensive coordinator left the Bears, made it so Drew Petzing now, as far as on the football gridiron, is his mortal enemy across the field. Yeah, there's articles, but I heard it from David Montgomery's mouth, so those articles are all clickbait.
Yeah, they just want to start stuff. That's when you read on clickbait, when you read on that stuff, that means they just want some, likes and clicks and stuff like that. Don't get caught up into the hype. Like if he just came out there and said it himself, don't pay attention to what an article say. Media is going to say what the media is going to say. Production wise, we know what David Montgomery can bring to the team. We know that. We know what he can bring to the table easily. JB, Will, all of us do. Any Lions fan knows that. But if you really read between the lines, we handed off more to Gibbs than we had, handed off to Montgomery, because Montgomery needed those handoffs more than anything this past year. But I think this year you're gonna see it split 50-50. They're gonna work it out where they're gonna get the ball to each of its own. Where
but Ben Johnson is going to have
go ahead, JB.
I'm reading this comment. Ben Johnson is going to have a boxing ring after games now for Matt LaFleur and Petzing. I mean, weren't they best friends? Yeah, like I said, he was a groomsman in Ben Johnson's wedding.
I mean, to snatch up the best friend, it's crazy work.
That's diabolical, right? That's like the okay. Let me call it for what it is. That's the ultimate mind fuck. He just made your best friend your mortal enemy. Now, I do want to say,
hey, what's up,
Petzing, if you actually look at what the Arizona Cardinals had at running back last year, they had James Conner for 4 weeks, then Trey Benson for 1, and then he got injured for the season. And then it was a plethora of backups until they finally settled on Michael Carter with 3 weeks to go, and they still averaged 5 yards per carry for the season. So 5 yards per carry last year, 5.4 the year before when Connor was healthy for 14 of them. And then the year before that, when Connor was healthy the entire season, it was 5.7 yards per carry.
I like it. I just want it to work out. I just want it to work.
Here's why it's going to work out, because we hired the exact opposite of him, and the guy that was the quarterbacks coach for Pat Mahomes and Mike Kafka.
Mhm.
Everybody forgets that part. He was the quarterback coach of the Kansas City Chiefs when Mahomes started throwing the ball.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
What was the big thing about the draft
It-
in Mahomes? He had a great arm. He doesn't have great mechanics. His footwork's a little off. He's a system quarterback. Who worked with him? Mike Kafka. So you got a guy that's run centric that uses 13 and 12 personnel a lot, something the Lions have done with Ben Johnson, not so much with Johnny Morton. Pre snap motion, play action, and RPOs at a very high rate. All stuff we did with Ben Johnson. Everybody says, why are we running RPOs with Goff? He's not athletic. When you're doing it as a run pass option, everybody forget it's a pass option.
yeah, you can't leave out the pass option when you got a rush option too. You're gonna
Yeah,
need that
and
as well.
Trey McBride said the guy that's going to benefit the most from Petzing being here is the run game and Sam Laporta once he's back. Because Trey
Oh
McBride
yeah, Sam
gave
Laporta is.
Petzing, Trey McBride said Petzing was one of the main reasons why he broke out. Because his rookie year, he didn't have anybody that was helping him like when Petzing got there.
Right, right. See, like, see, that's the thing. When you got Sam Laporta back, you're unstoppable, literally. Like now that he gonna come back, and I heard he gonna be coming back for training camp, so he gonna be ready. He gonna
Yeah,
be ready to go. He can't wait. I know he can't wait.
yeah, I think you were on that show when we got the report, and I posted it here about he was going to be back for training camp. It was almost like 2 or 3 weeks before the end of the season.
And training camp ain't too far away because, like, right after the Super Bowl, you got to start it all over again. OTAs, training camp, mini camp, and then you got like the scouting combine. I heard a lot of good players did well. Like there were some good players that we looking at from the Senior Bowl, and not only from that, but the
The
East
East
Shrine
West
Bowl where
Bowl.
yep, we looking at some good players. We're looking at some talent that's youthful and even in the veteran aspect at free agency because it's right around the corner.
I want to put some of the things to perspective. I understand that Jake Slaughter probably was the offensive lineman of the Senior Bowl, and Max Ahinekor did a great job. But you also have to look at who didn't play in it.
Mhm.
All those guys that are ranked above them did not go to any of those games. The All
Ooh.
American Bowl, they didn't go to the Senior Bowl, and they didn't go to the East West Shrine game. They all sat out. Why?
Mhm.
Because all they got to do is show up to the combine and a pro day. Those guys are set. They are all first and second rounders. The guys that showed up at these things, for the most part, most of them are not first round talent. The ones that played in these games.
Probably fourth rounder. They probably fourth round, fifth round type guys,
Mostly
right?
third, fourth, and
Maybe
fifth
even
round
third.
guys. In other words, the rank and file of the NFL. That's where those guys are picked from. Is the third, fourth, and
Mhm.
fifth round. We've talked about this 100 times. Your day one
Mhm.
starters come out of the first and second round. Your third through fifth is your rank and file, the guys that normally stay the 3 to 7 years as starters once they make it there.
And look,
Great.
I love us getting some diamonds in the rough, man.
I've been
Like
saying
JB,
Kirby
I'm telling
high
you,
on. I want to address this right now. Kirby, we don't know what the status is. He just had surgery. I want to hear from his doctor, not some internet doctor that's not even an orthopedic surgeon, like Dr. Chow.
are we?
I'm waiting.
I,
Uh,
I was just about to say that. I was just
so
about to say Dr. Cow.
Branch, we already know he's going to be out till at least the end of October because it's 10 to 12 months on an Achilles tear surgery. We know this. Every year, it's the same thing. The guys that are elite at healing come back in 10 months, but on an average, it ends up being 11 months. So he got hurt in December. That means don't expect him back to November in my eyes. If you just go by the average, because we don't know if he's going to heal at an elite level or if he's just going to heal as an average human being at his age. That's the difference. They're all elite athletes, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean you heal at an elite level. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
safety is a high priority. And as far as I'm concerned, we got to sign Maddox and Harper back for now because both of them played well in the stead while Kirby and Branch was out, and they know the system. And you can get them for dog cheap. Give them another prove it year, because those guys were practice
Hmm.
squad players to be called up. Bring those guys back
Absolutely.
and draft at least one. And if I could trade, and I'm gonna say right now, if I could trade out of the first, let's say all 4 of those tackles that are actual tackles get picked in the first round ahead of 17, trade out of the first.
Trade back.
Get a second, get a third, get a fourth. I don't care. Get future
Hmm.
pick. Get it. Double up in the second round. Get an
Yeah.
extra. Get an actual third round, because once you get out of that first, you can start actually doing draft. I'm going Max Ahinacor, the guy that was at
And
the Senior Bowl in
And
that
JB
second round.
and and JB, to have your back on this one, you will never go wrong with doubling up with the trading. You can never go wrong with doubling up in the draft, especially if the guy that you want is not there at 17. Literally, you could literally do that.
Because I
You,
don't want to reach
it's
for somebody that's an early second round grade, and I don't want to reach for somebody that's supposed to be there at the very back end of the draft. So
because
because you don't know, because the first round's a bigger crapshoot than the rest of the draft 9 times out of 10. In the
Mhm.
first round alone, 68% of your first round picks fail. So
and
yeah,
look, the
if
the thing
if Mawagawa, Lomu, and Proctor is gone before 17, I'm trading back.
easy. That's the easiest answer. Trade back because you got so many good players in this draft that you can work with and select with. Literally, I'll give you one of them that I like. Kamari Ramsey out of
Oh,
USC. That
yep.
that player, I like him. I like his style of play.
I like his style of play, but I like somebody a little bit better that's ranked behind him. And if we get that third round pick, that's who I want to take with it. It's Jalen Kilgore out of South Carolina.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Kilgore's nice. He had a phenomenal year this past year, right? Like definitely he had
Yeah,
a like. What are we
I,
saying?
I,
Like
I,
this
I,
guy.
I, you know what it is? He plays center field with ball hawking skills like Joseph, but he hits like Branch. He's the combination of both players together. You get somebody like that in the third round, then in the second year of Kirby's contract, if he's still having knee issues and everything else, if it is a chronic issue, which it has not been reported it is, it's been speculated it is. So until it's
Oh,
reported it is, I don't believe it is.
right.
But I would
Look,
take Kilgore
I
and
think
then be able to use them as a trade piece 2 years down the road, is what I'm saying for Kirby. If you draft Kilgore, Kirby
uh-huh.
becomes a trade piece 2 years from now, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, definitely. I understand you wholeheartedly. But Kilgore has a lot of swag, bro. I like him. I like his swag too, just like Ramsey. But I don't know, man. I think that if we go to that route, I think Brad Holmes is going to either take Kilgore or Ramsey in the third. I think Ramsey might go second. My opinion, he might go
Ramsey,
second
yeah, he's
round,
going in the second. And if we
maybe.
trade back to the second, you take Max Ahinacor, then you take Logan Jones, the center,
Mm.
and
Oh
you've
yeah,
got your O
absolutely.
line set in the second round. I don't think you can go wrong. And you can double down in the fourth round and go ahead and get
Mm.
Trey Zoom, the guy that is the Swiss Army knife of the
Mm.
offensive line for Texas A&M. He played every position within 4 years at Texas A&M. Left tackle, left guard, right guard, and center. He played center this year. The guy played all
That's
4
like
positions.
that's like playing 1 through 5 in the basketball game. Like literally,
Right,
you're playing every position.
exactly. So that way, if you got a guard that fails, you got a backup to come in at any position.
Hmm.
The guy
Like
that I like that used to be a safety that moved to linebacker. I posted it, the article. I don't know if you read it, but it's Kendall Daniels out of Oklahoma. The guy comes to college at 6'1" and weighed about 210 to 220 pounds. And he starts growing. He has that late growth spurt, right? Some people don't grow till after they're 18. In his fourth year, he grew to the size of 6'5" and 242 pounds. So they moved him to a special position in the Oklahoma defense. They made him a linebacker, but called him the Cheetah, which meant they were also
mhm.
going to use him as a Viper safety in the box. That guy right there, he's supposed to be running a sub 4.540 at 6'5" and 242 with ball hawking skills.
I can answer this one. I can definitely answer this one. Do you think Fernando Mendoza can be a great quarterback in the NFL? It all depends, bro. Like honestly, it all depends. Because the only way he can be a great successor in the NFL level is if he could just learn and listen from Tom Brady. Because he's a big fan of Tom Brady, by the way. JB knows this and I know it. That with Tom Brady's toolage and the game that he can give, he'll be crazy. Just give him an offensive line and some wide receivers, he'll go crazy. That's all you need.
So
and a run game.
The reason why I'm wearing these hats on here is they are available for sale. It takes about a 2-week turnaround. They are $20 a piece. Anybody that wants them with a Smoking Jeremy B. Lions hat.
Oh, and by the way, can I promote this, yo? Like,
sure.
Go out there and make sure that you get our stuff at lionsnationunite.com now.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, it's all dope gear, Lions gear related, like t-shirts, hats, sweaters, you name it. It's all Lions related for you. So go out there, go get that at lionsnationunite.com and subscribe to our channel. We talk nothing but Lions. But yeah, JB, you already know what it is with me, man. I think that down the line, bro, I don't know how Holmes is going to do this. I don't know. I think he could flip the script on us and say, look, we're just going to go defense or go offense. Because the guys that you mentioned can play in this league. They are pros.
Right.
Like bar none.
Every single guy I write about, whether they're projecting as day 3 or they're projecting in the middle rounds, you know what? They all say the same thing. Projected as eventual starter or at least valid backup. Every single one of them. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen, and I've been doing names that I'm pulling out of a hat. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. He has the same size as Tariq Sapp and Anthony Lucas. He's 6'3" and 273 pounds. Let's look him up. Jamon Tamp of Texas A&M. Projects as a possible starter or quality backup. Type in Tariq Sapp. What does he project? Same thing. They say the exact same thing about him.
Yeah, hands down. They all do. Like it's crazy because like when you think of it, the men that you mentioned can actually play out there in the third or rather in the fourth. You know, even in the first they could, especially if they're subbed in and subbed out. You know, these guys are good in the rotational work. You know, it's a 53-man game where anybody could step up at any kind of time, whether if it's rookie or vet. Like these guys can like literally work. So JB, you can bring up a guy easy right now that's a Swiss Army knife and can be thrown out there and just give you elite work, literally, like right now. Like you could literally say it right now and be like, look, we gotta go out and get a running back that could be, you know, subbed in for Gibbs or Montgomery. And he'll just go ahead and say it's light work. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody from our defense to offense, whether if it's rookies, they can work with these starters and learn the system quickly. You know, because it's a good system, you know, and the guys that's in that locker room can teach them that easily, you know, like, I mean, JB, you got to have my back on this one, man. We can't let nobody sit there and say that none of the rookies that's out there in this draft would not fit with this scheme because they could. From first round to 7th round, they could.
Yeah, there's all sorts of players that could fit in this scheme, even if it's in a rotational fashion. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was trying to say. But he's right. There's 10 minutes left. We don't have time for a mock draft today. And I'm sorry about that. Normally, I do a mock draft every show. This is the first time I haven't done one. So guess what? I preloaded one I did this morning.
Hey, look. I was caught off guard. Okay. So, look, I'm ready.
I know. I preloaded a mock draft that I did this morning. I traded out of the first round. That's why I said it. And this is what I ended up with. Logan Jones at 34, Isaiah World at 63, Danny Dennis Sutton at 65, Jalen Kilgore at 94, 5, Traden Stoops, Dante Corleone. Do you know what his nickname is there at Cincinnati?
Oh, I mean, intrigue me. What it is?
The Godfather, because of the Corleone name.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's a Cole reference. That is a Cole reference. Like I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people like that reference, but then there was like some hot talks about like Malcolm Rodriguez or whatever, one of those guys. Like not
Yep.
Malcolm Rodriguez, but Jacob Rodriguez, if I'm not mistaken, because Jacob Rodriguez came from Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Yep. He's
Yep,
good
and he
too.
can ball.
But Kendall Daniels of Oklahoma, Riley Nowakowski, the tight end fullback from Indiana, Chip Trianum, the I call him the wrecking back out of Toledo, and Jack Strand, the quarterback out of MSU Moorhead. That was my pick that I did. And look how many picks I ended up with that trade back.
Oh, you got some solid picks back. I mean, what was the squad you trade with?
Arizona for all of it. I traded back with Arizona, and then I think I traded back. Let's see, but let me pull the comments off. So
let me get up close, because I mean, this is not like my camera, not like my computer. But
yeah, I traded back with Arizona twice. I traded back with Arizona twice. The first time I got the second rounder plus 34 and plus 63, and then I traded back at 50 with Arizona again and got 65 and 95.
Which means you actually finessed one of those teams to get those quality picks.
All of it came from Arizona.
Yep, and you finessed them pretty well. you outsmarted them with that mock draft for sure. But like the one pick right there, if I'm not mistaken, Riley Nowakowski out of Indiana, he had I think he played tremendous against Miami, a team that is highly superb at defense. Let's not lie. They could play defense like no other. I think he's definitely going to be a blanket, like a little bit of a security blanket for Goff. That would be useful. You got Brock Wright, Sam Laporta, Shane Sheltra.
We don't know if we got Brock Wright. That's the problem. He had that trachea injury and hasn't been back yet, and haven't heard anything if he's fully healed yet. He is not taking.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because he was just out. He was just out. So ain't no telling when he gonna be back. But Riley can definitely ball.
Yeah, and he plays fullback. That's the big thing.
I love that you mentioned that. Because we do need a tight end that can play fullback in the back. We do need that.
Well, I mean, we got Zach Horton, but he wasn't that great at the fullback position, so we quit using him except at the goal line.
Mm-hmm. Because he was not bad. It's just that he was not bad, but he just wasn't the kind of guy that we need to flex that for sure. Right. So now we can go and get Riley and flex that.
Right, because Riley actually is a fullback that can punch the ball in. We saw it versus that stout Miami defense. He punched the ball in on a physical defense to do the go-ahead score. So that's why I took him. And then Jack Strand, that quarterback, the one I wrote about, out of MSU Moorhead, 6'5" and 240 pounds. A quarterback.
And let me ask you this. Can Riley block? Because if he can block, he's definitely a Dan Campbell guy.
Right.
Dan Campbell loves guys that can block.
He's the one that sealed off on the Keon Black touchdown.
Oh yeah, I see you. I see you, Riley. I see you. Right. So you can definitely fit. Come on in.
And he blocks and passing downs too out of the fullback position.
Because we that's what we like. Block, you get the rock. If you don't block, you won't get no rock.
Can you imagine if
we need that?
If we could run, I know people say it's stupid, but that old full house, the old full house formation, where you have the fullback and then you got two halfbacks back there, because the fullback, he hardly ever gets the ball unless it's a dive. It's a triple option for the quarterback.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Green Bay Packers ran that too. They ran things off the full house package. That full house package works in offense. It works well.
And the Ravens use it. With Patrick Ricard,
the Ravens use it.
Running. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get a real quick. Who you got winning the Super Bowl, Chicken Nugget?
Ooh, I'm going with the Seahawks. I think Seahawks is taking it home.
Seahawks.
Well, Seahawks. I think it's Seahawks by 10. I don't think it's going to be close because that offense of the Patriots is floundering.
And smoking Jeremy B. I'm gonna tell you this, JB. I didn't even show off my mock draft yet. My mock draft. If I show that to you, you'll be like, "Yo, that's tight." That's tight. That's light. That's nice. But it's not like trading back over and over again.
I
But
only traded twice. I don't do it over and over again because I know that we're good on the back end. We didn't need a lot of
right.
extra picks back there.
See, I would trade. See, I would mock trade at least one time, at least maybe one or two, like you do. But I don't trade over and over again. You know, so
Nope.
I
But
think we're gonna look good.
but to get their early second and their late second in the same trade, plus a second for the next year.
Yep.
You know, that was huge.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I don't know if you noticed
Mhm.
that, but this was the exact
Oh, I
trade.
noticed it. I noticed it
And then
because
when I traded back in the second round and got another the first pick of the third round and a later third round pick and their fourth round next year. That was what gave me said, yep, I'm thinking both these trades. I couldn't turn them down.
Yep.
I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't turn them down either. You want to know why? Because that's a team you can finesse. You
Right.
can easily
That
finesse them for the players you want.
that that right there isn't the flashy players. You know what that is? That is a whole bunch of the rank and file, what the NFL is made of. 75% of the NFL is not first round pick.
Yep.
Right. Right. And the crazy part is they don't even need to have speed or the strength to outpower you. They can actually work at what they're best at. Is throw out their best game. Throw out their best
You,
game, give their best effort. That's what they can do.
the
Hands down.
only other guy at edge that I like in that second, third round area, other than Danny Dennis Sutton, is that Gabe Jacobs out of Illinois.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because scouts are saying he has the most violent hands in the draft for a defensive end. More violent than any of those defensive tackles that everybody's raving about.
See, I don't get this. I don't get this why a lot of people are so locked in of Cassius Howell or Akeem Mesidor. I mean, they're great players and all, but there's so many deep talent at edge that the Lions can select. Like literally, it is.
You got like the guy
Like
I named, Danny Dennis Sutton last year. Everybody says, "Oh, he only got sacks because he was opposite Abdul Carter." This year, he had no one, and he got 8.5 sacks.
which is
Yep.
impressive. So I
Yeah,
mean,
Penn State.
what are we
Penn
taking away
State
from that?
did not. Penn State did not have a good team this year.
Mm.
We know that.
Yep.
But it's basically time to wrap up. Chicken Nugget, thank you for coming on and sharing it into your channel. I'm so happy. If you're watching from Chicken Nugget Sub channel, make sure you hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring
Make sure
the
you
bell
do.
for notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Will Vogel, thank you
Yeah,
for joining
tune in,
us.
man. Make sure you like, share.
What were you saying, JP?
I said, Will, thank you for joining today. You must have
Yes,
fell
sir.
asleep, huh?
Hey,
But
yo,
that was the
listen.
news I got to break. That was the news I got to break on Ken and Ken as it happened. Jim
Yeah, not
Schwartz
surprised.
walked away. He
I
basically
already knew
told
that
the
was
crowd
coming.
fun up. Yeah, so did I. I said it 3 weeks ago as soon as they hired Monken. And I said there, I goes, this is
Yeah, I
what Jim
said
Brown's going to do when he walks out the building. And he did.
he probably flipped them off and said, "Look, like before we end this, I want to definitely say like he definitely had to say, look, man, I'm out of here. If you sign him, I'm gone. I want this job. That's the thing that people don't get. He wanted that job. He wanted to
Right.
be a part of the Browns, to be a head coach,
And
and they
it looked like that he was going to get it because after 2 weeks, they had nobody accepting an interview. And he was like, okay,
they had
I'm
him
going to tell him.
waiting.
He goes, I want the job. If you don't get anybody by next week, I'm taking it. Todd Monken comes in, you're hired.
Mhm.
One interview, not even a second interview. First interview, hired him on the spot.
Yeah, it's becoming a dumpster fire over there, man. That's what it is. It's becoming a dumpster
It's always
fire.
been one. Yeah, you know, they got the longest drought for being in a conference championship game. The longest drought does not belong to the Dallas Cowgirls. It belongs to the Bengals, who haven't been there since 1991.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like it's teams like that you can sit back and say, ew, like No, I'm done.
And
But
who was the
yeah,
reason they got there that year? Wasn't that when they had Icky Woods?
Yep.
yep, yep,
All right.
correct.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Big Dan, it was good to see you here. RBF, MDE, it was great. Thank you so much for being here, and have a blessed day, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Turn it up, it's that time again. Jeremy B. Lyons, he's your best friend. Every weekday, Evan, you know the vibe. He's shouting one ride with that rockin' tribe. Rolling up the scene, light up that fire. Jeremy's in the booth, taking us higher. With a grin and a laugh, he's got the crowd in a blaze. Smoking at the haters in a rock star haze. The stories that inspire and riffs that will ignite. When one pride echoes, everything feels right. Jeremy B. live every day at 11. Yelling one B ride like we're in rock heaven.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.